Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm TJ O'Connor. With me, as always, Damian the Wolverine Hill. Trash Talk is joined tonight by Angel Pacheco, who's fighting February 21 at LFA 82 against Felipe Martinez. Trash Talk is sponsored, as always, by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo, Origin Wellness CBD, Spartan Martial Arts, James Clark, Sports Psychology and Hypnosis Therapy, The Fighters, and my mom. Angel, thanks for joining us tonight. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Had a pretty chill day today at work and got a little workout here at home, so I'm doing good.
Yeah, you didn't go to the gym today, just you got a home gym?
Yeah, kind of. I got a little 10 by 10 mat in the basement, wrestling mat. I got a heavy bag. I got some equipment downstairs. I got weights. I got all sorts of stuff at my house. So, yeah. Little gym going on.
Yeah.
So always ready to go get a workout at home. And speaking about what you got here today, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up this setup you got. What's going on with this setup? This is Mr. Professional today.
This is I'm going off my wife's laptop and her little microphone I got her for Christmas. I think it was for Christmas. Maybe it was for her birthday. I can't remember, to be honest. But it's pretty nice. It's kind of just a setup because she loves singing. She's a really talented singer. She just does it for a hobby, but I think she's pretty good at it. I mean, I'm biased.
No, I think so too. I
think so
I've seen some of the Excuse me. Wow, that was really bad. I've seen some of the videos. I like it. Like she sings some amazing covers.
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
Yeah. So getting back to you, you were our professional comeback of the year fight. Granted, yeah. I don't know how you feel about it. I want to ask you how you feel about it because it was one of those aspects that we didn't actually get too many nominations for the pros. How are you feeling about the nomination itself and then the award?
When I think comeback of the year, I kind of think like somebody getting their ass beat real bad and then coming out of nowhere, getting a submission or a knockout or something. That's what I kind of think, what kind of goes through my head. But I kind of understand the submission, like we were saying a bit ago, that I was kind of a slow starter. And even after the fight, when I had my interview that night with you, I said, like, flat out, like, I didn't show up. I didn't feel like I showed up. I was rushing shit. So I understand it. I get it. I didn't get hurt or anything by like that, but I get it. And I finished. Yeah. I mean, it was only, 3-minute fight, so.
Yeah. And, like, there's two awards that, like, I feel like every award is to show appreciation to the fighters, but at the same time, there's some that you kind of take with a grain of salt, or not necessarily a grain of salt. That's the wrong expression. You take because it was given to you, not because it's something you were trying to get. Like comeback of the year and fight, being the guy who lost fight of the year. Yeah. Being on the losing end of the best fight of the year is like, it's bittersweet. And
yeah, I agree.
Like, these awards aren't. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I didn't look at it in a negative light by any means. I knew how I did, so I knew it wasn't like a backhanded compliment or anything. I appreciate it, obviously. I just I would have preferred like knockout of the year or fighter of the year, obviously, but. I mean, someone else earned it and won it, so I have no complaints with who won it. All those guys are good fighters, and I enjoy watching them fight. So congrats to them.
Well,
I'm happy I got something at least,
Yeah.
But next year, fighter of the year, I guarantee it. Or this year, should I say?
That's exactly what I was gonna get into. I'm like, those are 2019 awards. This is 2020, and you're starting off 2020 right away with a professional fight on I believe it's on the main card for LFA. It's going to be shown on Fight Pass. Dude, this is a really good way to start off the year, especially to stake your claim early for Fighter of the Year. How you feeling going into this fight?
I feel very confident. I feel good about it. I think it's a great opponent as well. Very tough opponent. I'm not 100% sure if it is for sure on Fight Pass. I hope it is. But
should be.
Yeah, I agree. But we'll see. Either way, I'm going to show up perform, do my best, and have fun in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I agree that it should be on the main card as well. I think this is a great fight. I think stylistically, from an outside perspective, a lot of people might look at this as a striker versus a grappler fight. But I disagree. I think this is two well-rounded mixed martial artists. I mean, obviously, he focuses more on his grappling, and we've talked extensively on this show of your striking background and how you like to fight. But you're at one of the, if not the best grappling gyms in the state. You obviously, you're purple belt on the ground. You have great jiu-jitsu. So when people say this is a striker versus a grappler, what does that make you think when you're like, well, no, I'm ready wherever this fight goes?
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you too. I don't consider myself really even a striker anymore at this point. Like, obviously, I'm very good at striking, but I feel like I'm a very complete fighter. Even when it comes to wrestling and stuff, I know I've been taken down plenty of times in my career or whatever, but I just don't think anyone's capable in my weight class to take me down and hold me and control me. I train with great fighters on the ground every day, Tyler Matheson, Bobby Lee, these types of guys. And, if I'm not getting murdered by those dudes, ain't nobody gonna do that to me in a real fight, Plus, I mean, I'll be able to strike off my back. I'll be able to do things that I can't do in training, elbows and such. So,
yeah,
I don't know. But I'm very complete, and I know Felipe is also very complete. He's not one-dimensional by any means. So I'm excited for the fight. It's gonna be a tough fight for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen the breakdown that I did of you.
No, he froze.
Oh.
Every single time that you've been taken down, I believe you've gotten right back to your feet at least. And if it's not every single time, it's like 99.9% of the time. It's hardly anybody ever keeps you down. Felipe is one of those guys that has some good ground and pound and some really decent control when he's on top of a guy.
Yeah. One
of the things that we haven't been able to see from him, though, is how he's able to utilize the elbows when he's on top. When you have new weapons to attack with, sometimes people don't necessarily take advantage of it. And I was actually cornered against him in his first fight. He didn't throw too many elbows, but do you think that that's something that he's working into his game and is something that he's going to try to implement against you?
Oh, for sure. I'd be silly to assume he's going to come in the same fighter he was his last fight, especially with the camp he's with and everything. They got a lot of good guys out there. I'm expecting a better version of what I seen last. As for me being taken down and stuff like that, yeah, I'm not an easy guy to hold down. Even when I fought at 55 a couple times, it's hard to keep me on the ground. I'm able to get up pretty well because pretty much everyone I fight, they tend to end up having the same game plan, is to hold me down. So noticing that pattern when I fight, okay, we're starting to strike. Even people that are so-called strikers, I start hitting them, and they're like, "Oh shit, forget this," and they
you're
become
a wrestler
wrestlers
now.
all of a sudden. Yeah. So it's kind of the same blueprint. Everybody tries to just get me to the ground and beat me there, but obviously I've been working on that. I've been working on jiu-jitsu. I've been working on wrestling. Like I said, it's not like I go to a boxing gym every day and just box, and that's all I do. If anything, that's the least I do is boxing training. I do kickboxing, I do jiu-jitsu, I do wrestling, and I love my team though. They get me ready for everything. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm expecting a better Felipe for sure.
Yeah. I don't know why this popped into my head, but as soon as you started saying blueprints, bank robberies, you started to come into my head, and like I form analogies out of like the most random things. So hopefully I can make this make sense. It's like you've been studying, you have the schematics for how the people are going to try to break into your vault. Like when you said that you were looking at the blueprints, everybody's coming at you the exact same way. I know exactly how you're going to try to break into my bank. Well, I got an alarm system. I got a security system ready for that, and I feel like that's how it's been and how you've played it out your professional career. Granted, Angel, wow. Sam did not try to take you down, Angel. And then we had, you were going against another very tough stand-up striker, Ash Magic, who wanted to keep that fight on the feet for a long time until he I mean, until that body shot landed, and then that's one of those things like you might want to stay in it, but the body's crumbling once that one lands. Now, seeing the people try to come at you with the same blueprint all the time as an amateur, and it's prepared you as a pro, do you think that those two knew that you were going to be prepared or expecting them to go to the ground with you, and that's why they kept it standing? And do you feel like Felipe might be kind of thinking the same thing? You know, I mean, when you go into a fight with somebody who has as much experience as you, or is training with people who have tons of experience, you can assume that they're being told, like, hey, they're going to be ready for that. Do something to throw them off. Do you think he's going to try to go in there and do something to throw you off?
I think what he's going to try to do is kind of what I do to everyone. I try to get in their face. I try to make them fight off their back foot. From what I've noticed, he likes to take center of the cage all the time. He likes to be the aggressive guy. I don't foresee him being able to control me in that sense. Even if he is very aggressive forward, he's going to run into shots. I feel like he's kind of he depends on athleticism more than skills, and that's not a knock on him by any means. I just feel he's pretty athletic. He's quick. He's strong, but he comes into shots and he's just kind of wailing a lot of the stuff. He doesn't ever really use his jab. He doesn't really set things up. He's just setting up for takedowns pretty much from what I've seen. With that said, he's going to try to mix it up. I think he will try to take me down. He might be successful even, but like I said, I'll be able to get up, I feel. And if not get up, attack off my back.
Yeah, so it sounds like, you have a great idea at least of, what could happen. And obviously you have the coaching staff behind you that go through these things. And you mentioned the guys you're training with that, are very similar in style to Felipe. And, those guys are fighting the same weekend as you. I know Tyler's on the same card. Bobby just announced his big fight. So, I mean, you're working with these guys who are focusing on the same end goal, focusing on the same thing here. So you kind of got an idea as far as that. Without giving away any type of game plan or anything like that, what would be the one thing that you have to bring to the cage to make sure that you get your hand raised on February 21?
I just need to make sure he's constantly working, whether it be me on my feet, pushing the pressure, staying in his face, and him trying to take me down and making me fighting takedowns. And even if I get taken down, me getting back up, continuously putting the pressure on him, getting away off the cage, getting sprawling, whatever it takes, keep on him. And that's kind of just how I fight in general, is to break people down. That's why I finish a lot of people, I feel like. I'm just able to physically break down people, and I'm durable, and I have good cardio. So, honestly, this might go 3 rounds. I don't know. I'm excited to see, how 15-minute fight is. I've done it before as an amateur, 5 rounds, but that's different because obviously you get more breaks. You get that minute break in between rounds, so it's 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. But I'm excited. I'm real excited about this fight. I think I'm going to kind of, in a way, show my level of skills. Like I said, I think Felipe is a good fighter. I just think I'm going to finish him within 2 rounds, though. I don't see him making it past 2 rounds.
Yeah. I love the confidence, but I got to ask one question, too. This is just one of those things that just goes – it's not one of those things that people really think about before the fight, I feel like. It's one of those things that comes up afterwards. Now, being tested in certain areas or being tested as a pro or being able to show off the defense or the skills, I guess Israel Adesanya is a good one, is a good example. People were thinking that he didn't really have a good ground game and stuff, and then Calvin Gastelum takes him down, and he's throwing up submissions before the takedown is even completed, and that surprised a lot of people, and it changed how people thought about him. And it's one of those things that if Calvin never took him down, I'm sure Israel didn't want to get taken down at all, but it's one of those things that if he didn't take him down, we would have never known the answer to that question. Do you feel like you'd be able to answer some of the questions that people might have about your skills just with this stylistic matchup?
Yeah, honestly, I think I will answer a few questions for some people. Like I said, in my past, I've had issues with wrestlers. I've had issues with people that are got a solid wrestling base. But like I said, I constantly work on that. I know back when I was an amateur, I had a lot of catching up to do in that aspect. But now I feel very comfortable. I'm extremely comfortable fighting that type of style. And like TJ mentioned, a guy that's fighting on the same card with me, my teammate Tyler Matheson, he's essentially, he's pretty much a carbon copy of Felipe. In my opinion, he's a better version of Felipe. And me and him, ask our coaches, we fight every day. It's not training, it's fighting. So, I mean, and I enjoy that. I love that. And if he's half as tough as Tyler, I mean, it's going to be a good fight. So I'm excited.
Man,
I'm excited as well. Sorry, TJ.
No, I was going to say, unless Damien has any other question, I think that's the perfect way to send that off. I mean, that just got me so excited for this, and we're still 3 weeks out. Just before we do wrap it up, though, I always want to give that platform. Anybody that you want to thank that's been there for you inside the gym, outside the gym, just in life.
Yeah, of course. Always my wife let me use her little setup here. And obviously supporting me through everything. My family, my parents, they've always supported me too ever since I had the crazy idea that I wanted to jump in a cage and start fighting. So that's pretty cool of them. I also want to thank my sponsors, Strategic Response, Integrated Recycling Technologies, the Meridian Disc Institute in Wilmer, Self-Reflect Massage Therapy, and Athletic Advantage. Of course, Start BJJ, all those guys, and the Golden Gloves Boxing in St. Cloud here.
Oh, yeah. Man, well, we loved having you on. We love having you on every time, man. I can't wait for this fight. I can't wait to see how you two perform. The stylistic matchup has me very excited. The fact that I know both of you personally makes me even more excited. If you don't already have tickets, reach out to the fighters. Get them now. Also, hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Do not be a hoe.